here well. And I want to say thank you, Lord, for you're responsible for that. That's protection. That is protection. I mean, you need to see how reckless some people drive. People drive into other people's shops, hit them, kill them. I mean, there are people sitting in their shops or sometimes in their houses, and a reckless driver will lose control for whatever reason. It happens. Let alone someone who is on the road at all times or frequently. You're walking, you don't see you don't see behind you. You don't see what's going on. And this day, with the way some people drive against traffic recklessly, really. I mean, you're going to be focusing on what's in front of you, or what's behind you, what's happening. You don't know. You have absolutely no idea what goes on behind you. But you just know that, well, I'm just going somewhere. I'm going somewhere. So you get on the road each day. You come back home feeling good. Sometimes not feeling good, really. But hey, you got back home. Sound. None of those reckless drivers, got to you. So that's something to thank God. Okay, thank God it's Sunday. 0817-00000951 and 0810-9510-951. You can send a text message or a WhatsApp message to 0701-933-9962. 0701-933-9962. That's for messages. Faustina, good morning. Faustina, anytime I hear you speak, I pay attention to just your tiny and melodious voice. Oh my goodness, tiny. Okay. All right. Thank you. I really love you, from Innocent Briggs. Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Really appreciate it. Today95.1 FM. Good morning.
Hello, Faustina.
Hi. Happy Sunday.
I wish you the same. How are you?
I'm fine.
Just like someone that sent you the text message. I always like your voice. I like to listen to your program all the time.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate that. God bless you, sir.
Yes, first of all, I want to thank God. I don't know where to start to thank God.
Just begin from somewhere.
It's not easy to be alive for the land of the living. So, I thank God for my family. I thank God for everybody. I thank God for you also.
Thank you.
And especially I thank God for my leader, Nnamdi Kanu. I pray that God to deliver him.
Amen.
Just to deliver Paul and Silas when they're in the prison. So God will surely deliver him.
Amen.
Because he has done nothing to be there. Thank God.
All right.
I thank you, my sister. God bless you.
Thank you. God bless you as well. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Okay, so you see, there are different reasons. There are plenty of reasons to thank God for. Different reasons. They're looking at you. Look at me, look at me, look at me. Thank God for me, thank God for me, thank God for me. The breath of life is telling you, thank God for me. Now, look at yourself from head to toe. Everything is telling you, thank God for me. You're standing. It is telling you, thank God for me. Well, some of you have had breakfast this early. The breakfast that you've just had is telling you, thank God for me. There are people who don't know where their breakfast is going to come from. or you've had breakfast. This is 6:47. Yeah, there are some people like that. But there are some, many, if I may, who are not sure where their next meal is going to come from. So they wake up this morning, or they woke up this morning and, oh well, God, don't know what's going on, oh, but hey, I'm alive. But you know what they say? When there is life, there is hope. So keep hope alive. Keep believing. All right? Have faith that things are going to turn around. If you are in that situation, in that predicament, that you don't know what the next minute holds for you, keep hope alive. Keep living. Keep believing. And keep praying that the Lord is going to come through for you. All right? Keep sending your messages, WhatsApp messages, text messages to 0701 933 9962. That is 0701 933 9962. Or you can call me live on the show. Dial the numbers 0817 0000951. 0817 0000951 and 0810 9510 951. Call those numbers and let me know what you want to thank God for. What is that testimony that you want to share? And some of you listening to me, or let me be specific. I know you've got a testimony to share in church. You're excited about it. The Lord did something marvelous and miraculous in your life. Now, what's the reason you're going to share that testimony? Deep down, what's the reason? To tell of the goodness of the Lord upon your life, right? So that the brethren, they will rejoice with you. Oh, thank God for your life. Thank God for this thing that the Lord has done. Today95.1 FM. Good morning.
Hi, good morning.
How are you doing?
Good. Happy Sunday.
Happy Sunday to you. What's your name?
My name is Manuel Isaac.
Emmanuel?
Yes.
All right, Emmanuel. Welcome.
Thank you. Okay, so I want to share my testimony.
Go on.
First of all, I want to thank God. We just graduated.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you so much. So, honestly speaking, it has been 4 years of experimental challenge for me. Because when we started, it looked like we're not going to finish. So here we are. So I want to thank God for that. And I also want to thank God for helping me in so many things. But this year has been awesome for me. A lot of testimonies everywhere. And for keeping my parents alive. My dad is 96 years old today.
96?
Yes.
Wow.
So I'm so happy, and I just want God to also keep him and for him to enjoy the labor for God to give him grace to enjoy all that he has labored for his children and great-grandchildren.
Fruit of his labor.
Yeah.
All right.
That's my thing.
All right. Thank you very much, Emmanuel.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. And the Lord is going to keep your father to enjoy the fruit of his labor. And for sharing, your testimony and thanking God for all the things that you thank God for. The Lord is going to keep doing great and mighty things in your life going forward. After graduation, jobs are going to come for you. You'll be the one to say, oh, this one. Okay, I think this one is better. I think this one. No. I'll go for this one. No. Scrutinize and then, okay. Finally, I'll go for this one. Today, 95.1 FM. Good morning.
Morning, Faustina.
Hi.
Fine. How are you doing?
I'm good. Are you just waking up?
Yes.
Oh. It's a soft life. Soft life. Oh, God. God, when? What's your name?
I'm Martha calling from Chuba.
Martha from Chuba. All right, Martha, let's hear you.
Yeah, just want to thank God. Just want to appreciate God for all what God has done in my life. The life of my husband, my children, my mom, my dad, my well-wishers, including you.
Oh, Martha, thank you. God bless you.
Welcome. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you.
You have a lovely day.
You too. Martha, would you be going to church later?
No.
Okay, today is that day, right?
Yes.
Okay, it's all right.
Thank you so much.
It's all right.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye. You have a lovely day ahead. I mean, it's good that you're coming to thank God for your family. It's beautiful. It is beautiful. God is going to protect, provide for your family in Jesus' name. Amen. This one says, I'm grateful to God this morning for everything. They are numerous. Oh, I know. I can't name them all. Chika. I understand. You know, when you focus on the goodness of the Lord upon your life, you just see that, I mean, you're not even able to, you won't be able to count them. Oh, I'm breathing. Oh, my child is alive. Oh, I just got this done. Oh, someone just gave me money. Someone just sent me money. Oh, I was stranded, and then the Lord made a way for me. Oh, He did this for me. He did that for me. Once you focus on the good things, all the good things that the Lord has done for you, you see 1, you see 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, God. Today, 95.1 FM. Let's move on. Good morning.
Good morning, Faustina.
Yes, happy Sunday.
Happy Sunday to you. I'm Lucky calling you from Rumekini.
Lucky from Rumekini. Lucky sounds earlier. You're just waking up from sleep also.
Yes.
Could tell from the sound of your voice. Big man.
Yes.
All right, Lucky.
Faustina, I want to thank God for life, for my life, for the good life, for the son that God has given to me, my family, my dad, my mom, my brothers and sisters. That it is something that if I want to use money to buy, I don't think that any amount of money will be enough to do that. So I want to thank God for all that God has done for me. From the mortuary now, but here I am alive. Some are struggling with head in the hospital, but here I am. Good. So I want to thank God for all that He has done for me and my family. So that is my testimony this morning.
All right, Lucky. Thank you very much for sharing your testimony. Okay, I mean, if we were to buy life with money, I don't think we would even see it all. Because some people, some big men would use all their money to buy all the lives and store them somewhere for themselves and their future generations. You with your small money, if you're looking for life to buy, you will not even see, because the people who have money, they'll buy all the lives. So yeah, life is not something you buy with money. So it's okay to just say, well, I'm grateful for the life that I have, the breath of life, free. Thank you, Lucky, for sharing that. All right, it's been, thank God, it's Sunday right here. Today, 95.1 FM, Voice of the People. My name is Faustina, and I've just been, here listening to all of the things that you've got to say to God, the one who has created you, who has provided for you, who has protected you, who has given you all the good things of life. Thank you for sharing your beautiful testimonies, okay? And the Lord is going to keep providing, protecting, and doing all that you've asked of Him. I mean, good things, so. And some people will just go and pray for some things. I don't know. But let's not even get into that. This one says, good morning, Mom. Thanking God for long life, university graduation, successful youth service, my future husband and future children. Happy birthday, Ma Amarachi. Okay. Happy birthday. Today is not my birthday, though. Save it for next month. All right? Amarachi, thank you very much. You see how you've outlined them? And I like the fact that you're thanking God for the future. Oh, Amarachi, see that husband is coming. Oh, he is coming. Your children are blessed already. Your husband is blessed. Okay? All that he needs to come find you, he's getting them now. In Jesus' name. Amarachi, say amen. Big one, big one, big one. Oh, thank you very much. Well, it's okay to just thank God for what the Lord will do for you. Thanking God in anticipation. Thanking God for the things He will do for you. It's okay to do that. Amarachi, the Lord will grant you your heart desires. In Jesus' name, amen. Okay, with that, we call it a wrap on the show. Thank God it's Sunday show right here on the Sunday Gospelration show right here, Today 95.1 FM. My name is Faustina. I've got to take a break now for the world news. All right. Well, sometime later, just going to go off briefly, to take care of technical issues. Okay. But stick around. All right. Keep listening to Today 95.1 FM. We appreciate you. You, yes. Just sitting there pretty handsome and not calling, not texting, but you're listening always. Thank you very much. We love you. We really do love you. And thank you for your calls, your messages. We do appreciate all of them. So keep it locked down on the frequency. Today 95.1 FM. Coming up is the world news at 7.
This is Today 95.1 FM, Port Harcourt, voice of the people. Every day, every hour, when the big stories break, depend on our 24-hour news team to bring you the latest. Today 95.1 FM.
This is Today 95.1 FM, Port Harcourt.
Hello and good morning. Here's the world news on your premium talk radio, Today 95.1 FM, Port Harcourt. I am Faustina Oputu. And the headlines. House of Representatives members-elect to present consensus candidates for Speaker and Deputy Speaker. PDP and presidential candidate Atiku Abubakar to call 100 witnesses to Presidential Election Petitions Tribunal. Students of River State College of Health Science lament over lack of social amenities. And on the foreign scene, Greece recovers looted artifacts after 17 years legal battle. Details shortly. And now the details. Some elected members of the House of Representatives for the 10th National Assembly across the different political party platforms said they will field Speaker and Deputy Speaker candidates. The elected lawmakers agreed to present a consensus candidate which will challenge the candidates put forward by the ruling APC. This decision was reached yesterday after their meeting in Abuja with some speakership aspirants including Aliyu Betara, Yusuf Gaji, Mariam Onoha and others in attendance. This move appears to be in a direct defiance of the zoning arrangements as announced by the National Working Committee of the All Progressives Congress. The party organ zoned the Senate President to the South-South, Deputy Senate President to the Northwest, and this continues to spark controversy ahead of the inauguration of the 10th National Assembly in June. Also, the Speaker of the House of Representatives is from the Northwest and Deputy Speaker from the Southeast. The president-elect Bola Tinubu has returned to Nigeria a few days to his inauguration. Tinubu was received at Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport in Abuja by some APC chieftains. Spokesman to the president-elect Tunde Rahman had said Tinubu left the country for Europe to meet with investors and fine-tune transition plans. The president-elect had met with the presidential candidate of the New Nigeria People's Party, Rabiu Kwankwaso, during his stay in Europe. The People's Democratic Party and its presidential candidate Atiku Abubakar has indicated plans to call not more than 100 witnesses to the Presidential Election Petitions Tribunal. Both parties are challenging the declaration of the President-elect Bola Tinubu of the All Progressives Congress in the February 25 election. Counsel for Atiku and the PDP, Chris Uche, while addressing the court in Abuja yesterday, said all the parties had met and considered and agreed on the number of witnesses, duration and examination of witnesses. Uche added that though the new time given to call the witnesses is 7 weeks, they would need 3 weeks since the issues were getting narrower. All the parties in the suit agreed to streamline the numbers of witnesses as well as the duration of each party to call witnesses. In the same vein, the Labour Party says it will be calling 50 witnesses to testify against the victory of the president-elect Bola Tinubu and will need 7 weeks to get this done. According to the party's counsel, Awa Kalu, who addressed the Presidential Election Petitions Tribunal in Abuja, the duration is because the forensic investigation of the bimodal voter accreditation system has yet to be carried out as directed by the court. Carlo also said the petitioner is awaiting for some documents requested for. It was further agreed the star witnesses would need 30 minutes to demonstrate any electronic evidence. That class of witnesses will be cross-examined for 20 minutes and 5 minutes will be for re-examination, while 10 minutes was allotted for other witnesses. 2 suspected notorious kidnappers terrorizing Igboeche areas in Rivers State have been shot dead by operatives of the State Police Command. The command's public relations officer, Grace Iringe Koko, in a statement said detectives attached to the C4I intelligence units of the command raided the suspected kidnappers' hideout at Igboeche Forest. SP Iringe Koko said the operatives who were acting on actionable intelligence engaged the hoodlums in a gun duel that lasted for about an hour. The statement revealed that during the exchange of fire, the gang leader, who was simply identified as Blackie, was fatally wounded, while another suspect identified as Peter Nwafo was shot while trying to escape. SP Iringe Koko said the 2 suspects were taken to the University of Port Harcourt Teaching Hospital, where they were confirmed dead. The spokesman of the police command said the gang members are linked to the kidnap of a woman and her daughter on the 18th of March 2023 along Garrison, following the testimonies of 2 members of the gang who were earlier arrested by the police. The statement, which revealed that exhibits recovered at the scene of the incident include 1 AK-47 rifle and 18 live ammunition, also advised residents to remain supportive, law-abiding, vigilant and promptly report acts of crime and criminality to the nearest police station. A woman identified as Gloria Roland, who was abducted last weekend, has regained her freedom after spending barely 7 days in the hands of her abductors. Gloria Roland was kidnapped at gunpoint at her shop along Aka Road in Rumo Lumini community in Obiakwa local government area of Rivers State by suspected kidnappers who pretended to be customers. Today FM gathered that the kidnappers had first contacted the family members to demand for over 15 million naira, but later settled for 500,000 naira, which the victim's family members paid to secure her release. This is the world news on Today 95.1 FM Port Harcourt. After the break, more news, sports and foreign stories. Please stay tuned.
Every day, every hour, when the big stories break, depend on our 24-hour news team to bring you the latest. Today, 95.1 FM.
Welcome back. You're still listening to the World News on your premium talk radio, Today 95.1 FM, Port Harcourt. The Oyibo Local Government Council Administration has released seized vehicles of some commercial road users it had impounded. The Oyibo Chapter Chairman of Drivers Welfare Club of Nigeria, Christopher Ezeani, in an interview with Today FM's Sandra Kenneth, who expressed joy over the move, promised to ensure that they work within the ambits of the law. Ezeani, however, pleaded with the council to investigate and put a stop to continuous taxation and harassment targeted at drivers by some thugs. Christopher, however, reiterated the stance of the club in ensuring that drivers' welfare is prioritized and conditions by local and state governments are favorable.
We, the members of Drivers Welfare Club of Nigeria, Obibo branch, which is to announce to the general public that all our members' vehicle that was impounded at the local government council by the National Union of Road Transport Workers Executive in Oyibo yesterday has been released due to the intervention of the local government chairman, Honorable Okechukwu Akara. Our association was duly formed to cater for the welfare of our drivers, and we are bound not to purchase NURTW exploit tickets because we are not their members. The council chairman promised to look into the matter as he advised us to be law-abiding, and we shall continue to maintain peace and order in discharging our duties.
The Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development has trained farmers on smart cloud agriculture in efforts to tackle climate change. The Assistant Chief Agriculture Officer, Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development, Extension Department, Iboroma Gloria, who spoke during a 3-day training workshop in Port Harcourt, stressed the need to train farmers who were impacted by flood in 2022 on smart cloud agriculture in order to maximize yam production and profits. Gloria also explained that the workshop, organized for farmers cut across the South, Southwest and the Southeast, will further encourage farmers by providing them with financial support and other agricultural inputs to ensure food security in the country.
Still to cushion the effect of the flood that was experienced last. So we are training them on smart agricultural practices to cushion the effect of flood. Also, after this, we have to give them inputs, fertilizer and yam seed for them to plant so that free of charge, just like a starter pack. We give them a starter pack comprises of fertilizer, yam seedling and herbicide. That's the essence of the training, just to cushion the effect of the flood. The season differs, so we are doing it all over the federation, so in all the 36 states. And you know, rain comes early here. The frequency of rain in this south is different.
On their part, some participants who spoke to Today FM's Olawale Sanusi tasked the government to do more in supporting farmers in the country.
They are learned how to plant, first of all, the site and the kind of climate that you require yam. And they also told us that yam should go from March to April. That is a planting season.
That 9th of October, when the flood entered my camp, in fact, what I saw that day, I couldn't believe it. My rice, my yam, my pepper, everything was damaged. Let me just say about 5 to 10 million was lost. With this work, they can give us then machinery in.
In another development, the Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development has assured cassava farmers of its maximum support in ensuring that River State has all it takes to compete with other states in cassava production. A senior agricultural officer in the Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development, Amaibiama Orugbade, who spoke during a 3-day training titled Emergency Training and Demonstration of Climate Resilient Practices in Cassava Production and Empowerment of Farmers and Extension Agents, said the federal government deemed it fit to provide farmers with the latest technology to maximize cassava production and profits in the face of flood occurrences.
Okay, the essence of today's workshop is to train cassava farmers here in River State with the new technology from the government for them to adopt with it to improve their yield in cassava production in River State, because the climatic changes all over the country, including River State, has been affecting the growth of cassava, and that is the essence of this today's training, to enable the cassava farmers here in Rivers State to adopt the new technology to increase their production in cassava. The federal government, before now, they are putting some modality through some MDAs to see how they can assist farmers in the area of climatic change.
Some of the impacted farmers who spoke with Today FM's Olawale Sanusi appealed to the federal government to extend the training to communities across the country to avail every cassava farmer the opportunity to participate.
My own view is that it should be decentralized, if possible, to LGA level, because it's not everybody that can find his way to seek, mostly the elderly one. What they did is nice, but I'm saying they should also try to do it in local government area.
Actually, I've not been using fertilizer, but with the lesson today I have learned, and the practical they show us how to apply the fertilizer, because sometimes I will be afraid because I don't really know properly how to make use of the fertilizer, but with the lesson and the practical they've shown us today, I can be able to apply chemicals on my cassava. So if government can assist us in getting the fertilizer, I'll be happy.
Students of Rivers State College of Health, Science and Management Technology have lamented over the lack of infrastructure and social amenities in the college. The president of Students' Union Government, Chibuike John Paul, disclosed this during the Cultural Day celebration of the Students' Week, where he called on the government to ensure steady electricity, which he said forms part of security, especially at night. Speaking on the Cultural Day celebration, John Paul described culture as a unifying factor among students who come from different ethnicity.
Students of Rivers State College of Management Technology are having a lot of issues, mostly when it comes to the welfare of the students. Poor infrastructure, just few classrooms here. That of the hostels are very bad. We don't have street lights in our school, especially when it comes to the night of our school. It almost looks like a graveyard. I'm already working towards it, and we're appealing to the government to also assist us in making sure we achieve this. The ICG president of Rivers State University and the Emeritus president of Uniport, they are all here with us to witness our cultural day. Also want to inform every members of every persons present here that we all recognize them, and that the persons will be nominated for award presentation. I will be coming to your office to give these awards to you.
In his address, the provost of Rivers State College of Health Science, Professor Franklin Nlerum, who spoke alongside the Dean of Student Affairs, Mbato Cyprian, who expressed optimism that the government will do more to improve on the growth of the college, stressed the need for accreditation of more courses, which they said will help attract more students.
Actually give some money for the accreditation of courses in this college. Because parents wouldn't bring a child to the college where the courses are not accredited. So that is it by releasing some funds at which the management of this college handled and the courses were accredited. We are even looking more to bring in more new courses. By so doing, that will attract the attention of more students, more persons in the community.
And this cultural program today is the climax of the Student Union Week. I want to use this opportunity to thank you for the way you conducted yourself throughout, from the beginning to the end of this Student Union Week. You went out there to the streets, making the community, making the state to understand that there is a college here. And I did not have any bad reports of people, of students, doing something wrong.
Today FM's Uchendu Ajowa reports that different ethnic nationalities across the country from the students' community presented their culture and food. The customers of Port Harcourt Electricity Distribution Company in parts of Port Harcourt have decried the hike and fluctuation in the estimated billing by the company. Some unmetered consumers in an interview to the FM's Ordinakachi Celestine complained of receiving what they described as outrageous estimated bills from the PHED without steady power supply. While some also complained that they were yet to get their meters after application. A customer explained that his electricity bill has increased from 5,000 naira he was paying in 2022 to 9,000 naira in the month of April 2023.
How on earth do you give somebody estimated bill You'll be in your office and you decide what I'm going to pay in my house. The problem is that there is no light. Secondly, you will be the one to tell me what I'm going to pay when you don't know the appliances I have.
The bill is so high this time. Before I used to pay 5,000, 6,000. Now it's going to 9,000. Going high. And it's something that we cannot afford anymore.
Every month, 25,000 naira every month. Well, the people that are around my tenant that is selling, they are not selling always like that. Even right now, our wire is cut off. The government to look into this matter. The high rate of bill is too much.
Efforts to reach the PHED has proven abortive as there was no response to calls put across to the company. As the world celebrates the International Tea Day, a dentition and nutritionist, Kosobameji Oluwaseyi, has outlined the nutritional benefits of taking tea. Oluwaseyi, who spoke to Today FM's Priye Zogo, lamented over the increase in prices of beverages as he called on continuous consumption of green tea.
Tea is not so expensive. It depends on the one you are going for. Like we know, all our beverages start from 100 naira. Then for the Nescafe, we have the one that we call the decaffeinated, which are very, very much expensive. We also have the one that they call the 3-in-1 that has the milk, the sugar, and the Nescafe in it, which I know goes for like 150 in the market. And we also have the tea bags, which are also less expensive. So it depends on your choice, but whichever choice you are making, we still tell our clients and our patients to take it in moderation. But it's a very, very important breakfast for every individual.
On their part, some residents of Port Harcourt called for government's intervention in the constant increase of price in beverages.
But I prefer Lipton tea without sugar, without milk. Maybe a bit of sugar, but I don't like tea, so I don't know. Well, it's kind of affordable though, but the milk itself is very expensive because to the masses, a sachet of milk is not even enough for a cup of tea. So a family of four cannot afford to get a refill of milk.
My opinion about tea these days, more tea is very expensive. Now to drink tea, if you spend like 500 or 700 to buy one sachet of milk, safe or Milo, they go 100 naira. Bread are getting very, very expensive these days. So many people like tea or not be only milk.
Kind of expensive. If you look for a cheaper milk, those ones of 16 naira that doesn't even have taste or anything.
And on the foreign scene, Greece says it has recovered hundreds of looted Neolithic to Byzantine artifacts, including a 2nd century bronze statue of Alexander the Great from a notorious British antiquities dealers after a 17-year legal battle. Greece's culture minister Lina Medoni in a statement said the fight to repatriate the trove of 351 objects began in 2006 with authorities investigating the eponymous company of Robin Symes in the country and abroad. The recovery came years after Italian and Swiss police in 2016 recovered a haul of archaeological artifacts stolen from Italy and stored by Symes, a key figure in the illegal antiquities trade with ties to Italian tomb raiders. The extensive collection repatriated to Greece includes notable pieces such as a Neolithic era statuettes carved from white stone dating back to the 4th millennium before Christ. To end the news, here's a summary of the major stories. House of Representatives members-elect for the 10th National Assembly are set to present consensus candidates for Speaker and Deputy Speaker. The PDP and its presidential candidate Atiku Abubakar have indicated interest to call 100 witnesses to the Presidential Election Petitions Tribunal. We told you that students of the Rivers State College of Health Science have lamented over lack of social amenities in the college. And on the foreign scene, Greece has recovered hundreds of its looted artifacts after 17 years of legal battle. And that was the news. It's edited by Stella Sasongu. For comments and inquiries, please call 0818-389-2850 or send your emails to news@todayfmlive.com. You can also read our stories on www.todayfmlive.com. I'm Faustina Oputu. Good morning. Thanks for listening.
Today's news, today's entertainment, today's sports, today's issues. Today on Today 95.1 FM, Port Harcourt.
This is Today 95.1 FM. To copy this tune, press 9.
This is Today 95.1 FM.
For current news and information, press 5.
They are politicians, all of them. They know what they do.
So they know how they attack each other. To stay connected all day, press 1.
The person who raised the alarm is the one who made the public know about.
Good afternoon and welcome to the World News on your premium talk radio station.
We are your premium talk radio station. Today 95.1 FM, the station with a unique dial.
When the weather becomes strict and everything becomes unsteady, the only way to go is tune to Today 95.1 FM. And the world of information, entertainment, and education will be served as breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Welcome to the show. You're listening to today's Quest. A newspaper review segment is what we've
Now
got.
who says I can't bring the party to your house right now? Because, even if it's raining, I still bring the heat right here.
I am here for you, and I know you are here for me.
It is surely the best 15 minutes of football you can find anywhere on radio. But I got people.
Back here in the Garden City of Port Harcourt. Today, 95.1 FM. Nothing but the best. Nothing but the best.
Officer, take. Officer, give me number. No time. Ma dey match am. They go.
What? You driving the officer of the law? You will arrest. Let me see your papers. You can go. They're in order. Drive safe, okay?
I don't understand though. No be the same country again. Officer reject bribe. They arrest me yesterday. That yesterday, I go do my papers. See as I pass now. I pass without fear. You too, make you do wetin dey right. For we country to better, it dey for we hand. If you like, do like say you no hear am. To give or to take bribe, na offense.
Una don hear am, abi? You hear am too, abi? You hear am. You hear am well. They themselves, they hear am. Now the voice of the people. Now bring this message give me. Today 95.1 FM. Now we be the voice of the people.
Some people will carry human heads in their boots and they will not charge them because they are collecting bribe.
When they go collect salary, then go say government need to pay them way. All these taxi drivers safe. They don't even get papers. Even driver's license safe, they no get.
Back there. Hold on there.
Their cars are in bad shape. Very, very bad shape. They have no ethics of driving. That is why they will continue to bribe so that they can have their way.
I will shoot you down. I will shoot you. Headlights, you no get. Side mirror, you no get. Motorway to carry animal. Now you take put for road to carry human being. You don't even wind the motor when rain dey fall. You no get conscience at all. Take, you be number 15. You be number 5. More than enough on a number.
Let's allow them do their job. Do not obstruct justice by giving or taking bribe. Avail yourself the check. Even you, Oga driver, stop reckless driving and always update your papers. This information
is brought to you by Today 95.1 FM.
Voice of the people.
Officer, give me change. Now 1,000 I give you.
Every day, we hear reports about counterfeit products, stories of fake drugs, foods, expired goods and other consumables being manufactured, imported and sold to unsuspecting members of the public. Findings reveal that Africa records at least 100,000 deaths from fake drugs-related ailments yearly. These fake and substandard products, particularly drugs, have been considered a global threat to human lives. And despite efforts by authorized agencies in Nigeria to combat the menace, the Nigerian market remains flooded with different unwholesome products. This is a plea to all those who manufacture and sell these goods to desist. Stop this menace of counterfeit products. Let's place value on human lives. And should you have purchased a counterfeit product or unsatisfied with the product, please contact SON or Consumer Protection Agency. This message is powered by Today95.1 FM, the voice of the people.
I am a proud Nigerian. I have been placed here by God for a time such as this.
The degradation, challenges and problems faced by Nigeria are the perfect backdrop for me to develop and utilize my God-given potential.
I will not complain. I will not criticize. Rather, I will use my skills, gifts, relationships,
and experience to find long-lasting and revolutionary solutions to the many challenges confronting Nigeria.
Nigeria will rise again.
Because I am here, I will leave this nation
a better place than I met it. I will work to make Nigeria a praise on the earth.
I will work to make Nigeria a praise on the earth. So help me God.
Let me tell you how I got this far.
This message is brought to you by Today 95.1 FM, Voice of the People.
Corruption is a dishonest action that destroys people's trust. Corruption takes many forms. It can be interpreted by many people in many ways. It is hard to enter into any sector in Nigeria without observing one corrupt practice or the other. The faces of corruption ranges from political, universities and college, bank sector, the civil service, even the religious bodies. In Nigeria, factors like greed, poor youth empowerment, poverty, unemployment, etc. are said to be responsible for corruption. However, no reason is good enough to be corrupt, because corruption is capable of crippling our economy, raise poverty level, bring about national crisis, as well as poor national development. Stop the embezzlement and misappropriation of public or government funds, bribery, malpractice, man no man, and treat all citizens equally today. A corrupt-free nation is possible. This message is powered by your premium talk radio Today 95.1 FM. The voice of the people.
So whatever you're doing,
Today 95.1 FM. To copy this tune, press 9.
This is Today 95.1 FM.
For current news and information, press 5.
They are politicians, all of them. They know what they do.
So they know how they attack each other.
To stay connected all day, press 1.
The person who raised the alarm is the one who made the public know about it.
Good afternoon and welcome to the World News on Your Premium Talk Radio.
We are your premium talk radio station. Today 95.1 FM. The station with a unique dial.
Is a situation where there is no war or violence in a society. Peace allows wealth to accumulate and the society to advance.
Through peace, generations of wealth, education, technology can build up, thereby making people very prosperous and happy.
Without peace, there will be violence, war, and underdevelopment in our society. The most disadvantageous peace is far better than the most just war. Let us embrace peace for a better society.
This message is brought to you by your premium talk radio, Today 95.1 FM.
It's what I pray for. All around the world. It's what I pray for. For my
Another hits jam from WebLoaded.com.
Siafo mutierentewo. Siafo mutierentewo. Boy come do, ayanga walking fun. Boy come do, upone yeni fi. Boy come do, ayanga walking fun. Boy come do, upone yeni fi. Siafo mutierentewo.
See, whatever you're doing, however you spend your time, that tells you who you are. So think about what it is you like to create in your life experience. Once I look at how you commit your time, once I do an evaluation on how you spend your time, I can tell you exactly what you're committed to. People that say they have dreams or want to open a business or want to do something differently than what they're now doing, they don't like their jobs, they're unhappy, they're unfulfilled. People who say they want to improve their income level, look at how they spend their time. How they spend their time, the commitment of their time, how they use that will really tell the truth. People who said, I'd like to do better, but you don't find them in vocational or technical schools upgrading their skills and their knowledge, how they spend their time, that will tell you what's going on. People who say they want to normalize their weight, they want to be healthy, but every time you see them, they're eating, that will tell you that they're committed to being obese for the rest of their lives. People tell you they want to stop smoking and they're lighting up at that time. Folks that say, I want to stop drinking, and every time you're in their face, they're reeking with alcohol, that will tell you what's going on. Don't have to listen to what they say, just watch what they do. Commitment shows up in your life in what you do. On the other hand, you can make the commitment to your life that you don't like the results that you have, and that you're going to do something about it. See, that power is available to all of us. People who look at life and decide, I want something different for myself. Carol Hatfield. Carol lives in Detroit, single mother, decided that she wanted to go into her own business, did not have enough money to do it. She wanted to have a health food store. She sold her car and used the money to start in a little storefront, a little hole in the wall. She rode to work on a bicycle. And then when she got enough money, she bought a motor scooter and did that for a long time. She's now a very successful person. She now has 3 health food stores. She said it was hard. It's a struggle, Les. She said, but I did it. She said, I made the commitment to do it, and I did it. Why is it that people are frightened by commitment? Because when you say the word commitment, that intimidates a lot of people. Why? Because it means you have to deliver. See, most people, you ask them, hey, look here, I'd like for you to do this. And they'll say, I'll try. I'll try means that is my escape clause. When I don't come through, it's really a polite no. I don't have the courage to tell you no, so I'll tell you I'll try. Hey, look here, I need you to come to this meeting. I'll try. I say, what do you mean? You're going to lean toward the meeting? Try and sit down. You either do or you don't. Try and take this pencil out of my hand. You either do or you don't. There's no such thing as try. So most people like to use that language. They don't want to commit themselves because commitment means, among many things, no excuse is acceptable. That's what it means, no excuse. That if you decided that you're going to do this, if it becomes hard, then do it hard. If it's difficult, so what? If it's inconvenient, so what? See, a lot of people made a commitment to come here tonight, but they looked outside and said, it's raining. The temperature dropped. It's cold outside. And they decide to give up on their commitment. And that's how people do about their dreams. They don't honor their commitment to themselves. Let me tell you what happens when you don't keep your commitment. Number one, it begins to deplete your self-esteem and it erodes your self-image. It weakens your faith in yourself. You don't feel good when you don't keep your commitments. The other thing is that you begin to develop weak relationships with people. People begin to realize they can't depend upon you. They can't rely on you because you won't keep your word. You've established that kind of reputation. Just think, what would your life be like if you decided to keep your commitments? What will all of our lives be like if we decided to keep our commitments? That we decided to do the things that we said that we were going to do. That we wouldn't even speak it unless we were going to do it. If we decided just for a week, just see what your life can be like. Just let's do it for a commitment to make it a 7-day commitment that I won't say I will do anything unless I'm going to do it. and find out what your life will be like. Let me tell you what, if you follow it through, if you keep your commitment to the commitment, at the end of the 7 days, you'll feel strong and powerful. Because by honoring your commitment, each time that you do, that empowers you. Whatever discipline that is required, whatever it is that you must do. So I'm suggesting, number one, commit yourself to live in the present. I saw the movie, The Dead Poets Society, Robin Williams, and they had a line in there, seize the moment. Many of us are not able to move forward and develop and manifest our greatness because we spend so much time looking back or worrying about the future. Seize the moment. See, you cannot go into the future and manifest your greatness when you have various things in your life that's blocking you. Let's look at how we can begin to keep our commitments. Remembering what Dr. Robert Anthony said about results. When you keep your commitments, you're able to produce some different kinds of results in your life. So how can we keep our commitments? And do we keep all commitments? No, we don't. You will not be at 100%. However, you will have a greater percentage rate of maintaining your commitments to yourself, whatever those things might be. If it's going into business, if it's changing a habit that you know that works against you, if it's overcoming self-destructive behavior, if it's retraining your thinking, if it's reinventing yourself, if it's trying to begin to design your relationship differently, all of us have the possibility, by focusing and really harnessing our attention and concentrating on it, we really have available to us the power to honor our commitments in those particular areas. So number one, make it priority. See, no one would go get on an airplane if you thought your chances of getting there to your destination were as good as your luggage. Am I correct? See, and I say the reason that you will reach your destination more times than your luggage will is because the airline, and I'm glad that they do, has made it a priority to move the human beings from one point to the other safely. Not send you off to Boston or someplace with your luggage. So I'm not really upset when my luggage doesn't show up. I'm glad they delivered me, because they've made me a priority. See, they have made delivering you to your destination important. So if you want to honor your commitment, whatever you decide that you're going to do, make sure you make it important. Make sure it is priority. Keep it before you. The other thing is, whatever that you want to do, whatever you want to begin to create and beginning to manifest your greatness and strengthening your level of commitment, and it's really exercising your will, find something that you want to do on your goal, one action step, but make sure it stretches you, that it challenges you, but it's doable, that you can do it. This year I decided that I was going to exercise. So I started out doing just 10 setups and 10 push-ups. I know I can do that and not get upset about it. I can do that without thinking. So I started out small. Now I'm up to 50. But if I try to do 50 starting out, I wouldn't still be doing it. So I started doing it in manageable segments. Do that. And that strengthens your will. So my commitment now is strengthened and fortified by the activity of actually doing it. So now I can expand and build from there. When I decided to begin to manage my money differently, and I started saving 5% of my money, then I increased it to 10%, then to 15%. So now I have disciplined myself to live off 75% of my income. I took discipline to do that, but I started watching how I was spending my money. I started keeping a log and following myself. So you want to begin to find something that is manageable, that you know that you can do. The next thing, in beginning to keep your commitments to yourself, have some friends that will hold you accountable, that won't let you off the hook, that won't tolerate anything less than the best from you. People that will support you in this new way of being, in this new state of consciousness. The other thing is that important is have a contingency plan. See, many times when you make a commitment to do something, there are some other variables that will happen that you can't control or you perhaps did not think about. So you want to have some other plans going on. You want to become creative. See, most people don't keep their commitments because when something goes wrong, they just stop. They don't have a contingency plan. So they don't know what to do next. Start being creative. If you challenge yourself, many times we say, I don't know what to do. And I always ask myself, but if you did know what to do, Les, what will it be? That activates another part of my mind. I start thinking about the possibilities and just experimenting. But many of us just stop dead in our tracks. I don't know what to do. You do know what to do. You got genius in you. Challenge yourself. Push yourself. Make yourself come up with something. Use your imagination. And what you will find is that you know more than you realize that you know. That you're more creative and more resourceful than you realize that you are. And as you do that, the more you do it, the easier it will become. At first, it's going to be a struggle. And after you get into a certain level of consciousness, you will ask yourself, how is it that I didn't see this before? At the level that I'm managing my business now, they say consciousness is what we are. I literally look at myself and say, how is it that I didn't do this before? Why is it that I couldn't see this before? And the reason that I didn't see it before, because I didn't challenge myself. I didn't put myself out here. See, the reason that most of us go through life never discovering our true greatness, literally walking, breathing corpses, the uncommitted life isn't worth living. Why? Because it doesn't produce anything. See, you only make things happen. Your life only counts. You only make a difference when you are committed. When you make a commitment with your life. That's the people that make a commitment with their lives. The people that make a commitment to their customers. The people that make a commitment to their families, to their relationships, are the people that make the greatest impact in life. What is commitment? Commitment is the salesman who says, look here, I'm going to make $1,000 today and I'm not going home. You can turn the lights out. The janitors could be here running the vacuum cleaner. I'm not leaving here till I do it. I used to be a door-to-door salesman. I had X number of TVs. I had a minimum amount that I knew I had to sell every day in order to provide for my mother, who was ill at the time, who had lost her job at the M&M cafeteria because of arthritis. And I said, I'm going to go door to door, and sometimes I would not come home until 1 o'clock at night, knocking on people's door, people closing. What do you want? Would you like to buy a nice working month's television set, no money down? No. What about an Emerson TV? No. Thank you very much. Do you know anybody else that would be interested? No. Thank you very kindly. Knock on another. Hello. Would you like to buy a nice working television set, no money down? No, get away from our door. Thank you very kindly. Do you know anybody else who would be? Yeah, my cousin, he lives 2 doors down. Thank you very kindly. I tell him you sent me. When I heard your cousin told me that you wanted to buy a television set, told me to come here and talk to you, we got a special discount for you. Yes, come in, I'm interested. I would just keep right on. I would not go home until I did it. It's an interesting thing, ladies and gentlemen, that when we put ourselves in a situation where we say we're going to do it, it puts you in another zone where the universe responds to you. When you have that kind of consciousness, see, the universe responds to the man or woman that refuses to be denied, because that is your commitment. That business that you want, that book you want to write, that dream that you have of controlling your destiny, that is yours. That power to create that and to manifest that, that is yours. That's available to you. But you've got to be willing to stand there and face disappointment, not have support, be lonely, doubt yourself sometimes, be rejected again and again and again, become bankrupt if necessary, again and again and again, and refuse to turn around until life gives it up. Nothing can resist a person that has that kind of commitment. The people that have made a difference on the planet. When John F. Kennedy said, we will go to the moon in the next decade, he spoke it. That was a commitment, and people shared that vision. People bought into that. We've had all kind of examples in history where people have made declarations, who have committed their lives to bring about a difference. There are people who are taking a stand today against hunger. I guarantee you it will be a part of our past at some point in time. Someone took a stand against polio. It no longer plagues us as it once did, because someone said, it is my commitment to eradicate it from the face of the earth. Someone made the commitment. the reason that we're here and enjoying the democracy that we have. Someone made a commitment that whatever is required, if it means that I die, I remember Paul Robeson, here I stand for, I can do no other. And that's how you must be. Commitment means standing up for your life. It means honoring yourself. It means beginning to say and to see and recognize your alignment and oneness with the universe. And that you are a channel for life to express through. And we short-circuit it with anger. We short-circuit it with fear. We short-circuit it with envy. We short-circuit it by being lazy or apathetic or giving up easily. Why? We say, oh, it's too hard, it's too hard. We don't challenge our spirit. Ladies and gentlemen, there's nothing as powerful as the human spirit. You can't destroy it. You can pervert it, but you can't destroy it. I was reading Man's Search for Meaning by Viktor Frankl. What a powerful book. I'm reading it now for the 7th time. And he gives so many graphic examples of the power of the human spirit. And so what are some of the things that can fortify us and give us the kind of inner strength that will allow us to forward ourselves into the future by manifesting our commitments? Number one, commitment means in some cases going back to school, getting some training, sitting up in classes with people younger than you, putting yourself in a position where you don't know and that is awkward and uncomfortable, but because of your commitment to develop yourself or to go back to school to get a high school diploma or to get a college degree, that it doesn't matter, feeling dumb and saying, what am I doing here, sitting up in some boring class? Commitment could mean a lot of things. It could mean that you begin to go back. You got to back up sometimes. It means to back up and not give up, to regroup, back up and regroup and come back again. Because life has waylaid you, because you got knocked down. I know when I was working on my dream, there were times I lost my house at one point. I lost my car. I was broke. My credit was bad. I was sleeping at different friends' houses on their couch or on the floor. There were times, months, that I slept on the floor of my office and got up early and dressed before my staff got there to give them the impression that I got there early before they did. And we all pretend not to know what we knew, that the boss was staying in the office. So we never talked about it. But I refuse to give up on my dream. And what happened? They say, you know, in the prosperous years, you put it in your pocket. In the lean years, you put it in your heart. It makes me appreciate it even more. Even more. I wouldn't trade it. I wouldn't trade it for anything. The disappointment, the pain that I've gone through by keeping the commitment. Keeping the commitments that you have might mean taking a stand that's unpopular. Something was said one time. When you take a position, it says cowardice asks the question, is it safe? Politics asks the question, is it popular? But conscience or commitment asks the question, is it right? And see, most people rather operate from the first two. Is it safe for me to take this position? I remember when I was a state legislator, I saw guys and women who believed in legislation very strongly, but because the Speaker of the House said, we won't go with that, they backed down. And they felt bad about it. They wouldn't take the position because they didn't want the Speaker of the House to be angry at them. They wanted to be all right with all of the rest of our colleagues. See, it takes a great deal of strong courage and commitment on your part to step out a line. Henry David Thoreau says, if a man doesn't keep pace with his companions, perhaps he's listening to the beat of a different drummer. Let him dance to the music that he hears, however measured or far apart. When you are committed, you're dancing to the beat of a different drummer. Don't expect people to understand you. Don't expect it to make sense to anybody why you've got to do this. Why you have got to go. Why you leave. This is a good job. I'm going. They pay you well. I'm going. You just a few years for retirement. I'm going. Why? I don't understand. You don't have to. I'm going for me. Because I've made a different kind of commitment with my life. This is something I have got to do. Commitment. It means taking a stand. Taking a stand for you. It means delivering. It means coming through. What if you don't keep your commitment, Les? What if you give it everything you have and you come up short? Or if you don't give it everything you have? What if you get weak along the way and you throw in the towel on yourself? You surrender to your emotions. What then? A lot of people become discouraged. They become frustrated and they say, oh, what the heck? And they go back to doing what they were doing before, saying it doesn't work. Here's what I suggest. Number one, that does happen. So take total responsibility for it. Just own it. Don't make any excuses on why you gave in or why you didn't come through. Just own it. And face the flak, whatever it is. Stand up inside yourself. Next thing is, assess the situation. How did you get here? What happened that you broke down, that you had a breakdown and you surrendered? What happened? What was going on? See, when I used to go on a diet, and I no longer do that, I've made a commitment to a healthy lifestyle. I used to eat up until 12 midnight on Sunday. Anything that wasn't moving. And on Monday, I would get up and eat a fruit, light fruit breakfast, and for lunchtime, I would fix some broiled chicken and meticulously peel the skin off and eat the chicken, and then eat the skin. Do 5 setups, look in the mirror, and become discouraged because my stomach doesn't look like a washboard or one of the Avon Haley dances. And I say, what the use? And then I go to the refrigerator and eat food cold standing right there in the refrigerator. So when I evaluated where I broke down, I realized I can't have junk food in the house. So I had to remove that. And then I realized there are certain streets I couldn't drive down. So I changed my route. I stopped taking people to lunch or to dinner because I couldn't sit there and watch them eat. When I had to go someplace and speak and they were eating, I said, call me downstairs when it's time for me to speak, because if I sit at the table looking at them, the food's going to call my name. And I know this. So I had to begin to make sure that I wasn't putting myself in a position where I would give up on my commitment. Am I making sense to you? Yes. So I began to strategize around avoiding situations where I knew that I was going to become weak. Another thing I do when I don't keep my commitment, I either deny myself something or I do a trade-off. If a glazed donut takes advantage of me, then I require myself to do an extra 25 setups. Or I walk for an extra 15 or 20 minutes because I got a hammerlock on my head and say, come on over here. So you might have to deny yourself something or do a trade-off. Do something that will offset it.
This is Today 95.1 FM. To copy this tune, press 9.
This is Today 95.1 FM.
To carry news and information, press 5.
They are politicians, all of them. They know what they do.
So they know how they attack each other.
To stay connected all day, press 1.
The person who raised the alarm is the one who made the public know about.
Good afternoon and welcome to the World News on your premium talk radio station.
We are your premium talk radio station. Today 95.1 FM. The station with a unique dial.
This is the story of a brother who slept and woke up in Foreverland. He looked around, nothing's familiar. He wondered how it got to be there. He took a walk around the city and saw this brick house with its
a very beautiful morning. This hour that the Lord has shown us faithfulness.